Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette, Joan, Vassos, and Chock Chapple will be one of the longest-lasting Bachelor franchise couples. They truly love each other. Winners of the first ever season of The Golden Bachelorette, Joan, Vassos, and Chock Chapple, seem to be one of the franchise's success stories. The leading lady was smitten with Chock since their introduction after he showed off his patent Chock a noodle soup. This soup, which Joan proclaimed as delicious, earned him the coveted first one-on-one date. This magical Disneyland trip proved the pair made a great match. As the pair bonded over their similarities and tragic romantic pasts, fans grew more sure of their chemistry. By the season finale, a few audience members were surprised to see Joan chose Chock. He then proposed to the private school administrator during the Golden Bachelorette Season 1's finale. Joan accepted, and the happy couple have been inseparable since. While love on reality TV has a reputation for ingenuity, Joan and Chock are among the strongest couples the Bachelor franchise has created. The couple is attached at the hip. From New York City to Disneyland, Joan and Chock have embraced new experiences. Their frequent Instagram posts attest to their love as the pair have made an effort to make long-distance work. While they prioritize family during the holidays, as promised, Joan and Chock had taken sufficient time away from their families to meet in the middle. The lovebirds have been slowly integrating their families as well. In a joint post from Joan and Parade magazine via Instagram, Joan and Chock discussed their holiday plans. Chock states, "We're going to spend both Thanksgiving and Christmas, my kids and I, with Joan and her family." Joan continues, sharing her excitement for the upcoming holiday and the joint cooking duties between family members. The pair have prepared for big occasions and are ecstatic to have their loved ones together. They beam with happiness in all their updates, and fans are similarly overjoyed to see a couple truly in love. The pair are still full of surprises as Chock comes to Joan's rescue when she needs repair work on her house done. In an update via Instagram Stories, which has since been deleted, she relays the holiday events and shares her newest obstacle: a broken closet shelf. According to the reality star, Chock was not only willing to help but personally remounted the shelf on the wall. She looks smitten with her new man as she had no idea that Chock was such a handyman. Joan followed up with another closet update that showed the couple standing in the closet discussing Chock's work. Joan looks appreciative of Chock's efforts and excited about her new drill, level, and stud finder. She jokes, "I've already found my stud," while pointing the device at a laughing Chock. This, since deleted, post speaks volumes. Chock took the time and effort to install the shelf rather than delegating the installation or simply ignoring it. Chock has been vocal about his love for Joan, and his actions confirm it. Their chemistry and similarities have been tangible since their first date. The pair have bonded over their past experiences in love and similar perspectives the pair share. While the couple have made a consistent effort to spend time together, they agreed family would always be a priority. Having shared this ideal, neither party seems upset about their time apart. This proves their security and complementary perspectives. Because they entered the show so open and vulnerable, Joan and Chock facilitated these important conversations. Long before the engagement, Joan and Chock knew what their future would entail. Fans can't help but feel satisfied that Joan chose her perfect suitor. In fact, before Joan even began filming her season, she spoke with CNN about her intentions on the show. Joan shared, "They family are the most important people in the world to me, obviously, and I would expect that to be the same for the person that I end up with." Fortunately, Chock shares this sentiment and has embraced her family values. They are communicating effectively, and it appears to be paying off. While their postponed marriage has attracted some scrutiny, they are taking their relationship slowly. This couple is doing everything right. They seem prepared for marriage and the sacrifices it requires. fans of The Golden Bachelorette can expect to find Joan and Chock following through on their commitments. When Joan Vassos entered The Golden Bachelorette, she wasn't looking for a whirlwind romance or fleeting sparks. She sought a connection that felt as enduring as the gold of her dreams. Timeless, resilient, and unyielding. As fate would have it, in walked Chock Chapple, a retired architect with a penchant for poetry, a radiant smile, and a heart seemingly built to match hers. Their story, which started with nervous first-night introductions, evolved into one of the Bachelor franchise's most profound love stories. Here's how Joan and Chock defied expectations, proving love knows no age limits, no television constraints, and no expiration date. Night 1. A connection unmistakable. Joan, in her sequined emerald gown, embodied grace and wisdom. As she stood greeting the men vying for her heart, there was an undeniable glow about her, a beacon of hope that resonated deeply with Chock. When his limo arrived, Chock didn't try to dazzle her with gimmicks or rehearsed lines. He simply approached, bowed slightly, and said, "Joan, you shine brighter than the stars guiding us tonight. I hope to add to your light rather than dim it." It wasn't just his words, it was the sincerity in his eyes. Joan later confessed in a candid interview, "In that moment, I felt something I hadn't felt in decades, a quiet certainty. He wasn't just talking to impress me, he was speaking from his soul." The night ended with a golden rose for Chock, setting the tone for what would become an unforgettable journey. The road less traveled. Unlike the flashy drama that typically dominates the Bachelor franchise, Joan and Chock's relationship blossomed quietly, like a garden tended with care. While others fought for attention with grand gestures, Chock focused on meaningful moments. During one group date, where the contestants competed in a salsa dance-off, Chock stole Joan's heart, not with fancy footwork, but with a whispered compliment when they sat out together. "You don't need to dance for me to be the most captivating woman here," he murmured, making Joan laugh and blush like a schoolgirl. Their one-on-one date sealed the deal. Chock took Joan to a modest pottery studio, where they crafted matching bowls. "A bowl is symbolic," Chock explained. "It holds sustenance, but it's fragile. Much like love, it requires care and intention to remain whole." As Joan shaped clay with her hands, she couldn't help but notice the parallels. "Chock has this way of making even the simplest activities feel monumental," she said later. "It's rare and it's beautiful." The proposal that redefined romance. By the time the final rose ceremony arrived, it was no secret who Joan would choose. While her other suitor delivered an impassioned plea, Chock stood calmly, his eyes unwavering from hers. When it was his turn, he didn't launch into a speech. Instead, he recited a poem he'd written, a love letter crafted in meter and rhyme. "Joan, we are two old souls, our roots intertwining. In the golden hour of life, the sun still shining. Though storms may come, and time may wane, with you, my heart is whole again." Tears shimmered in Joan's eyes as she embraced him, whispering, "I choose you, Chock. I've always chosen you." The audience was on their feet, applauding not just the spectacle, but the authenticity of connection that needed no embellishment. Life beyond the roses? Post-show, Joan and Chock faced what every Bachelor couple dreads, the transition from TV fairy tale to real-world reality. But unlike many, they thrived. Instead of getting caught up in the chaos of fame, they leaned into their shared values: family, creativity, and a love for adventure. They embarked on a cross-country road trip, documenting their journey through candid photos and heartfelt stories. One particularly moving post showed them visiting a retirement community where they hosted a poetry reading. "Love isn't just for the young," Joan wrote in the caption. "It's for anyone brave enough to open their heart." Fans adored their authenticity. They weren't selling supplements or promoting teeth whiteners. They were showing what real love looks like: unpolished, imperfect, and endlessly rewarding. A partnership rooted in growth. What sets Joan and Chock apart from other Bachelor couples is their mutual respect and dedication to growth. While many romances fizzle under the spotlight, theirs only deepened. Chock, who had always been passionate about architecture, started teaching free workshops at community centers, designing homes that prioritized accessibility for seniors. Joan joined him, organizing community outreach programs to fund the projects. Love isn't just about two people, Chock explained in an interview. It's about how that love radiates outward, touching others. As of today, Joan and Chock are not just thriving but inspiring. They've become the poster couple for what the Golden Bachelorette set out to achieve, a reminder that love can bloom at any stage in life.